I say hello, my relatives. My Indian name is Broken Lake. It's good to see all of you here this year. My American name is Thorne LaPointe. It's an honor to be here and to speak in front of you. This is a powwow that has been started by the American Indian movement. They are related to the work we are doing, this international work. You see, the work we are doing is called Wakan, World Indigenous Peoples Decade of Water Summit. It is a water summit dedicated to the protection and respect of human rights. Because now, more than ever, it is an urgent time that we come together for the future of water, for our human rights. Our lands, our sacred waters are in danger. We understand as Indigenous peoples that we have to put an end to environmental degradation or environmental destruction will put an end to us. We understand that we should put an end to water pollution, or water pollution will put an end to us. So it was this thought, these understandings that we have as Indigenous peoples that we came up with the Water Summit, the World Indigenous Peoples Decade of Water Summit. It was first announced at the United Nations in 2016 on the floor, a statement that we read. And again, we re-announced it this year, 2018, on the floor of the United Nations. And we always want to pay respect and homage to our ancestors and predecessors who started this work. Our great-great-grandfathers who signed the 1851 and 1868 Treaty of Fort Laramie, and as well as the recent movement, the American Indian movement, for kicking open the doors for American Indian people locally here in this city, in Minneapolis, nationally and internationally. We want to say Wopla Tonka to the American Indian movement, to some of the elders that we know here in this community, Pat Ballinger, Clyde Balcourt. We want to say Wopla to them, because people like Clyde, our respected elder, always gave us encouragement in this work. He helped us get into the doors of the United Nations. I want to say Wopla Tonka to him. This work is related to him because this work is an extension of that international Indian rights strategy that was put into motion. So this year, coming soon, 2019, in August 12th, we want to invite the American Indian community to the International Water Summit, Wakan. It is a water summit that is Indigenous-led but youth-oriented. This year we had Indigenous peoples from Turtle Island, from Canada, Hawaii, New Zealand. And this year coming, we'll have those from South America as well joining us. As we look to the future,
Wopala for hearing our words this fine evening. Me and my brother were given responsibilities by our elders, by our predecessors, to carry on the work that they have showed us and taught us about. We really acknowledge and honor the American Indian movement and their role in influencing today's generation to continue to defend and fight for the rights that our American Indian community enjoys today. It wasn't too long ago that we could not sing our songs, that we could not dance our dances, that we could not practice our ceremonies or speak our language or grow our hair. And so in honor of our predecessors, our ancestors, we carry on this work like Wakan, a water summit dedicated to Indigenous peoples and their human rights to water. Each year we attend the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues to make statements for water, for land, for our rights as Indigenous peoples there. We seek to build partnerships, collaborations, and relatives with Indigenous peoples globally, but also with the United Nations agencies. And we have done this for the past several years, and we thank again our predecessors for opening those doors for us so that we can be there in New York each year to make a case for justice, just as our predecessors did. And so with Niki Wakan, this is our humble contribution to this global Indigenous community. As my brother said, this past year, we hosted Indigenous peoples from New Zealand, Hawaii, Canada, First Nations, Cree, Innu from the subarctic region, here in Nishota, the land of misty and foggy waters. This is part of one of the richest aquatic regions in the world, holds 1/3 of the world's fresh water. And we understand today that Indigenous peoples have enabled 80% of the world's richest and rarest biodiversity to survive. And so we lead with this understanding and wisdom in our Lakota way of life, as many of our generation does in movements. And so continuous work next year, we will hold our summit in South Dakota. And we have teams in Rapid City, some of the surrounding reservations helping us to plan and coordinate this Niki Wakan there, 2019 in August. And we thank you again for taking the time to hear us. But as we do at these summits, we lead with our Indigenous ways of life. And we want to offer a song this evening to remember the leaders of the American Indian movement, the leaders of other Indigenous movements, of organizations, of elders, men, women, youth who continue to defend our rights and to continue to voice who we are in today's world. And we want to provide them that which Ozani, because we see that even now in our community, there are many elders who aren't here today with us anymore and have gone on to the spirit world. And so we want to sing songs and recognize this transition that we are all in right now. But we're going to sing a song that we made for Unchimaka. And it talks about her waterways. Niki Wakan, Niki Wichoni. Her water is sacred. Her water is life. So we sing this song and we ask that you pray for those things on your hearts and minds today together as a community. Wakan, ie, ki me you have te chawate taha kokada ke waste kakafi te o